Sometimes it's just the ritual. Sometimes it's the item. Sometimes it's the history. But most of the time, it is what we use to move forward. I can't tell you how many times I've really enjoyed sitting down with a clean piece of paper and spending a moment sharpening a pencil. Not just once, but twice, making it super sharp with a special sharpener. But it's just not any pencil. This pencil has a history. Lived, died, came back again. It was claimed to be the best in the world and it disappeared, only to be revived again. As you sharpen this pencil, there's a small, quiet smell of cedar as you contemplatively slowly create the thickness of the line you want to create, knowing that in a few minutes you're going to have to do it again. The history of that and the idea of that and the slowing down to make that right comes to the really interesting part of that ritual. This is a specific pencil, and there are some people that are truly pencil geeks. And I switch between pencils and pens depending on what I like and what I'm feeling at the time. But the ritual of slowing down to think about what you're going to write and then write it down using that is really powerful. I've done a whole nother video about writing things down that I'd encourage you to watch. But here, we're going to be talking just about a simple implement, an implement called a Blackwing Pencil. And this is no great technology. There's no amazing piece of digital marketing here. There's no piece of new fangled, game-changing blue water strategy. It's a pencil. And it's a pencil that was used and thought of as being one of the best until it got too expensive to make. It was made with a piece of cedar that was hollowed out with a graphite that was just about perfect. It wasn't too dark, it wasn't too light, and a big eraser because you just assume there's going to be mistakes. People like Hemingway would use this pencil on a regular basis so that you don't have to worry about ink, and if you're flying, you don't have to worry about the pen exploding. It doesn't. It's very simple. Blackwing is one of those great rituals that I love to do on a regular basis, to write, to have it as part of that process. The simple act of writing with an iconic pencil like the Blackwing is a revolutionary act of focus and mindfulness. In our age of digital distraction, in our always on, constantly connected world, our attention is fragmented across a sea of screens and digital inputs. This barrage of stimuli leaves us feeling scattered, drained, and disconnected from the present moment and from the deeper well springs of our creativity. But by the picking up of a Blackwing pencil and committing your thoughts to paper in a manual form, you're making a conscious choice to slow down and quiet the noise and fully immerse yourself in the act of creation. This simple tactile ritual has a powerful way of sharpening your focus and heightening your senses and unlock the state of creativity flow that will yield your most inspired and impactful work. What is a Blackwing pencil? The Blackwing pencil, with its iconic flat rectangular eraser, holds a special place in the history of writing tools. Originally produced by Eberhard Faber Pencil Company in the 1930s, Blackwing 602 quickly became renowned for its smooth graphite formulation and distinctive design. The Blackwing 602 boasts a unique lead that offered a blend of softness and smoothness, which produced dark, rich lines without requiring frequent sharpening. This made it particularly popular with writers, artists, musicians, including John Steinbeck, Leonard Bernstein, Chuck Jones, who famously used it to create the beloved Bugs cartoon. Despite the popularity among creatives, the Blackwing 602 saw a decline in sales in the late 20th century, largely due to the rise of cheaper, more disposable pencils and the advent of computer technology. The original 602 was discontinued in 1998. Faber brand was acquired by Faber-Castell and later New Rubbermaid, which decided not to continue the production of that pencil. The interesting thing is that pencil then became very valuable, and people were paying $100 to try and get a Blackwing 602 original. People will actually keep that, and there are several sites where you can actually see people working the pencil down to the nib. The discontinuation led to a surge in demand among aficionados who would pay high prices for remaining stocks of those pencils. Sensing an opportunity, Polano, a division of a California cedar product company, acquired the rights to the Blackwing name, and relaunched it in 2010. The new pencils were not exact replicas, but sought to mimic the quality and feel of that original pencil, and gives us the ability to really touch back to what it was, and slows ourselves down. And that's really the important part, is how do we slow ourselves down? So what I'd like you to do is think about how you can slow yourself down. What gives you pause to allow you to think, to allow you to catch up, to slow yourself down so you can think? Me, it's sharpening a pencil and using it on occasion. And the ritual of doing that and the feel and the tactile feel is amazing. What's the thing that you can do to slow yourself down? What's the thing you do now to slow yourself down? Do me a favor and put that in the comments. Tell me what you're doing in the comments, and I'd love to find out. I look forward to talking to you soon.
Thanks for tuning into today's episode on the Strategy Session, where we take your business from stuck to unstoppable. Here's another video I think you'd enjoy. If you found these insights valuable, remember to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell for notifications on our latest videos. Want to transform your business with expert strategies? Schedule your strategy session today by clicking the link in the description below. Remember, you're not just marketing, you're making history with Venture Gained. See you in the next video.